Morning, everyone. Dr. Vaughn. I'm going to make a video for you on this hypothesis test for two population variances. This is 11.2 Excel activity number 1. One of those 10.1s. It's free form. This video actually does an excellent job of showing you how to go through most of these computations. You will need to use either the data analysis tool pack or the Excel minor analysis tool pack in order to run this F test for the difference in two variances. I think the most important thing here is to kind of get off to a good start with the statement of the null and alternative hypotheses. I'm going to go ahead and open the spreadsheet. And then we're going to read the prompt here very carefully. A researcher is interested in finding out whether the variance of the annual repair costs also increases with, so the variance increases. That's what's going to tell us the null and alternative hypothesis, this fact that it's bigger than the other as opposed to different from, and that's going to give us a one-tailed test as opposed to a two-tailed test. Then we have the sample and the standard deviation. We'll get all of that from the data. But so here, you know, the annual repair costs increases with the age of the automobile. So the older automobiles would have higher repair costs in this hypothesis. So our alternative hypothesis is that the sample 1, which is the 4-year-old automobiles, have a higher variance than sample 2, which is the 2-year-old automobiles. So this would be greater than, and then the null hypothesis is going to be the opposite, less than or equal to. All right, now we're going to conduct this hypothesis at a 0.05. So the rest of this is going to be conducted in our Excel sheet. So let's open this up. And, you know, I'm not going to type some of the other cells in here to do the rounding. I think I can do the rounding on my own without having to make Excel do the rounding. You're welcome to do it that way. But I'm just going to run the two variance test on these data. So I'm going to go to data, and let's see, I don't seem to have the data analysis tool pack on this online version of this data. So, you know, I'm going to try this just a slightly different way. I'm going to just copy all of this stuff, and I'm going to open it up in just a regular Excel window. Instead of the online version. Because I know I have data analysis tool pack installed on this regular version of Excel. So what I'm going to do is just paste all of that data in here and then go off and insert under data and my data analysis tool pack. If you can't figure out how to, because I don't want to figure out right now how to add the Excel minor to the online version of that Excel. So this is what I want, F-test to sample for variances. And for variable 1 range, you can either type it like they do in the video or just click and drag through it. I'm going to include that label that says 4 years on it. And then for variable 2, click and drag through the one that has 2 years on it. I did include the labels. The alpha value is, I believe, 0.05. It should say that in the prompt. Alpha value of 0.05 right here. And then I'm just going to put the output. And you can either type this cell or just kind of click on some cell where you want the output to go and then hit OK. And then just like they did, I'm going to expand this out so we can actually read all the labels over here. And pretty much everything that we need is going to be right down over here. This is a one-tail test because that greater than, and we have the p-value, we have the critical value, and we have the test statistic, as well as the degrees of freedoms and the means. So I think that I have everything I need to fill out these things. The test statistic to 2 decimals. All right, so that's the F value, and I can just round this on my own. I don't have to have Excel do it in a separate window. 2.05. The critical value, that's going to be down here, 2.02 when you round it to 2 decimal places, 2.02. The p-value to 4 decimal places, that's right here, 0.0464, 0.0464. And then do I reject? So the p-value is less than alpha, and since the p-value is less than alpha, you do reject the null hypothesis. And our conclusion is that there is a larger variance. And now let's check the work and see that we got them all correct. All right, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.